Howdy all, I come down just to the local creek. Obviously we're all going through the lockdown, so got me 2 hours and me 5Ks and going back to basics down the creek for carp. So got with me today single rod, reel and just a single 4, size 4 hook. And all I've brought with me today, scraps of bread, and in my hoodie pocket got myself size 4 hooks, some pliers, and I think I've got a set of scissors in here as well, somewhere. Yep, a set of scissors. And we're going to go fish some unweighted bread for carp. Anyway, see how we do. So I can't find any carp on top this morning. I come across this section where they're feeding along the bottom. See the bubbles coming up as they're nosing their way through. Those ripples are just due from the trees, but there's no tree overhanging this reed here, so I know it's carp feeding on the bottom. So just put some unweighted bread out. I mean, I don't have a float with me, but I'm pretty sure I could find some polystyrene lying along the bank somewhere. So I find a nice hanging reed, the green one there with the bent tip, and I've just laid my line slack over it with an unweighted piece of bread on the bottom. Obviously squash your bread over your eye so it stays on, takes the air out and it will sink. And any sign of movement, touch in that one reed there, indicate a bite for me. Some people think, oh, I wouldn't fish this, how do I get a fish out if I hook it? Worry about that when you hook a fish. It's always worth a cast. If you hook one, then worry about getting them out. See if he comes back on it. I know we got him. Thought we hit a snag. Thought I yanked it out of his mouth. Not a big fella. And this is the part I said before. Don't worry about getting him out. He's got me all tangled in that reed. Try and get him up 6 pound. Maybe it wasn't the best idea to bring 6 pound down here. But we've got a 1 metre bank to the water. And there's no edge there. No, let's just see if we can deadlift him out of it. That's off 1 reed. And he's in 3. Time for a bit of a handline special. Oh, snapped him. I haven't been down to the creeks in years. Used to fish them religiously as a teenager. But we get older and we get wiser and we end up getting a hobie. Good to get back to basics, fishing with a bit of bread. Just a single size 4 or 6 hook. That's it, tie her on. Loaf of bread costs you $1 these days, maybe $1.50 inflation, but it's about the cheapest way to catch a fish. Oh, there's a touch. I'll just let him take that. Down there mouthing on it. Got my slack line just running backwards and forwards. There you go. He's on that. Try and keep this one high. Look at him tail on the surface. These aren't big fish, but they're fun. Keep his bloody head up. See if the 5 pound can lift him. What have we snagged on? Snagged him on the bank. Braid's gonna cut my hands. Gets him up. Bit of a handle on. Carp. Anyway. There we go, down the local. There you go. Just a size 4 hook. I don't know, go about 43, 45. I feel like I'm 15 again. No fishing rod holder. Just a rod, some line and a hook. And so far, I've caught 2. Lost one in the reeds at the top. Got one up the bank. And I've used 1/4 of a slice of bread. Just about every creek in Victoria will have carp in it. Some have a bit more, some have tension reddies. Just about all of them have got eels in there. So you can do the same with eels and just use any meat you got, a worm, bacon, a bit of barbecue steak or sizzle steak. The same approach. Put it out on the bottom unweighted. So kids, go and raid Dad's tackle box, go and get a rod, couple of hooks, get yourself some pliers and scissors and go down your local creek. Spend your 2 hours out there. You'll have a ball. And if you're nice and quiet and walk around your local creeks, just have a look. All you're looking for is this surface activity, those ripples coming up. Just down there. So they're carp feeding along the bottom. Everything they nose. Floats some bubbles up, sends the ripples to the top. So all I'm doing is watching that line hanging off the reed. And see a little tick, you know you're getting a bite. And the worst thing you can do when you're getting a bite is move your bait. So when you pick your rod up, move forward to keep your line slack. And get yourself to a point where you've got slack line still and you can still see a belly. And watch that belly and it'll start to either pull out or tick. Or if a fish comes towards you, that belly will drop deeper. So tighten up on it slowly, and you'll feel the bite on the end. Set the hook. Then play the fish, have some fun. You know, most of the carp in the creeks, anywhere from a couple of 100 grams up to, 5-6 kilo. So you don't need to be coming out here with rope. You can fish any line class you want, pretty much, whatever you feel comfortable enough to get them over. I'm fishing 6 pounds straight through on the braid. I'd fish anything up to sort of 10 pound in here. And keep your line slack and don't walk away from your rod if you get a bite like that. Just another little fella. Nice and dark. Same deal. Hooked him under the chin. Here's the fish is about 30, maybe 31. Big coloration difference. Alright, well, managed to pull these 2 pests out. One of them about just over 43. One of them about, I don't know, 30 mark. And we lost another one of the reeds and pulled the hook on another one, but good fun getting back to basics. Go and raid your dad's tackle box, a couple of hooks, get his rod, head down to your local creek, put some corn on or some bread, sink it to the bottom, nice slack line, keep an eye on your rod and go and have some fun. So I'm going to go home and stick these guys in the garden, and that's about it.